Hey guys, Ron here. Just want to let you know, I built one of the Facebook pages that I work on. I work on another one with 20,000 people, but I built one from scratch. Dance Our Way Home, good to see ya. One from scratch. Greg, good to see ya. Life with, good to see ya. Wow, 5 Minute Leader, good to see ya. You guys follow 5 Minute Leader. I was watching some of his thing, and we were talking about some stuff I've been talking about with good friends like Infusionsoft, Transform Daily, good to see ya. Infusionsoft and some of that kind of stuff. And 5 Minute Leader, I was just thinking about the Infusionsoft, and it was funny because I just left a voicemail for one of my really good friends who's really big in the stock business, and he's trying to get people on Infusionsoft. And this is just off topic for 30 seconds. But I just feel like a lot of people are just doing this passive aggressive like marketing, and I did it for 20 years where you do the email marketing and you just try everything just to get I can't see the comments anymore in the light, but you just try all these different things so you don't, because you need time leverage, but you can't necessarily connect with people, so you need that time leverage. So you're just like doing all of these, like you're being really aggressive by trying to get all these numbers, but then you're being very passive about it but not talking to them. And then when you get on Periscope though, you're able to connect, and you're just able to get out there and do it. So how to get the reach on Facebook. Here's a story. It's going to be related to headlines, so I'll just let you guys know that right now. But hello, how's it going? So it is headlines for some of you guys that got to get going or whatever. It is headlines, but let me get into an explanation a little bit more. I had a Facebook page I built from scratch up to over 7,000 people, totally organically. 99.9% of it was free marketing. Transform Daily, hi, how's it going? And so what I basically did is I went to the page where you start liking all the other people in your feed, and that's how I built it up. That's how I got all the likes. But then the problem, like most people, is you get like 5% reach. Well, we can't have 100% reach, guys, because if everybody had 100% reach all the time, then everybody would just be spamming it, and it's not going to be relevant to everybody. So Facebook's really big on being relevant. So go to a website called powerofpositivity.com, powerofpositivity.com. The reason I recommend it is I've done hundreds of their blog posts, and they all work. And the reason you're doing it is I want you guys to understand that when you find a website where people actually understand how to write headlines, you will get results, okay? So here's like a hack or like a shortcut to why it works, okay? Facebook, thanks for all the hearts. What Facebook does, and this is based on 5,000 testings over 2-3 years, okay? I've checked all the stats, and I can get post engagement, I can get clicks on links, I can get shares, comments, likes. I got 2 posts the other day that got 22,000 reach on the other page, and we're talking one post got like 22,000 reach. It's all free. There's no paid marketing. It's just when you have an audience that identifies with it. Carlos, good to see you. It completely works. So here's what you're going to do. Powerofpositivity.com. Go grab some of their headlines. The ones where it says 10 or 15, the ones with the numbers in the headlines work better. The ones where the numbers are 10 or 15 or higher work better. If it's just like 3 tips to whatever, people are like, 3 tips, no big deal. But if it's like 10 or 15 tips, it's a big deal. Pay attention to their headlines. They're brilliant. A lot of them just say the one thing, or they'll talk about relationships or kids or your mindset or stuff. This is stuff that everybody, Transform Daily, oh, thanks for inviting 14 people. I really appreciate it. They'll talk about the stuff that everybody relates to. It's just huge audiences relate to this stuff. So I guarantee you, now when I say guarantee, I'm talking about people with probably over 500 people on their Facebook page. And these are people that should relate. These are pretty relatable topics when you see the stuff on Power of Positivity. This relates to most people. I mean, there's some people with some pretty, like, very, very specific Facebook pages where it might not relate to them. But powerofpositivity.com, go ahead and post every 30 minutes or every hour. No, I'm serious. You don't have to do one a day. You can do them every 30 minutes. People will eat up good headlines. People don't click on bad headlines. So the thing is, the headline promises so much value that people can't help but click on it. So a common one might be 7 tips, needs better connection. Sorry about that. I'm outside and I'm just trying to get connection anywhere here. 7 tips of how to think more positive or something. The headlines are a little bit better than that. But people don't walk away from those headlines. So what happens is people click on them. Well, here's the trick on Facebook. is Facebook always wants to sample it out. It's that EdgeRank formula that everybody talks about, the mysterious EdgeRank. What happens is Facebook wants to say, well, let's see if one out of the first 20 or 30 click on it. If one out of the first 20 or 30 click on it, then we'll roll it out to the next 30. And if one out of the next 20 or 30 click on it, then we'll roll out to the next 30. And if one out of the next 20 or 30 click on it, we'll roll out to the next one. Well, I've done that. I've done over 200% reach many times when I reach my peak. We're talking about reaching 12, 15,000 people a day on Facebook. Get closer to the Wi-Fi connection. Yes, I'll do another one here where I get closer to Wi-Fi connection. I'm just out and about outside right now, so I'm just trying to get any kind of connection wherever I can. There are some connections in the area, and I'm going to try to get on it a little bit. To give you guys more tips, but again, the recap is its headlines. I want you to go to powerofpositivity.com to prove that there's somebody with good headlines. And then once you go to your Facebook page, preferably with a page that has over 500 people on it, that relates to most stuff, that has anything to do with emotions, beliefs, positivity, mindset, just people in general. I mean, if it, bad connection. Sorry about the bad connection. Okay, I'm going to do another one. You guys can watch the replay on catch.me, katch.me. katch.me/Ron Orr. That's RONORR. All of these are automatically recorded for you guys to see. So that's the takeaway for you guys. And one last thing I want to say before I go is I built that page up to get that reach of 12 to 15,000 from 0 to 7,000 plus. Got the reach, walked away from it for 8 or 9 months to go do other stuff. And it went back and I couldn't gain any traction again. And I'm like, what's going on here? So last night I decided to try it again, started posting 10 or 15 of these headlines, and within hours I'm getting 300, 500, 800 reach. Absolutely, I did it from flat start all over again. So as I keep that up and I get even, let's say 25 of them today to get 400 reach, you're starting to get up to 10,000 reach. So you're doing like one an hour. So you can do one every half an hour, but I'd say, I mean, you're going to run out of headlines at some point. You got to find some other sites with good headlines. But go Google good headline formulas. I can tell you I've tested a lot of headlines. As a general rule, how-to works really well. But the best headlines, time and time again, are always the ones with the numbers at the very front. Those always, and the number can be like a couple spots into it. But I've also tested it in the ones with like 10 or 20. Work really well too. One of the ones, like for example, you could just say 25 Albert Einstein quotes that'll change your life. That would be a good headline because people were like, well, Albert Einstein's really smart. I want to change my life. And 25 is a lot. If it was said 2 quotes, people are like, I probably heard them before. But 25, what happens is I've heard this once from a copywriter. They're like, when you say 25, people go, well, I might know like 10 or 11 of his quotes. I don't know if I know 25 of his. Oh, hey, David, thanks for joining. You might not know 25 of his quotes. So then people are like, well, what are the other quotes? For David and the others just joining, here's the recap. You can catch it on catch.me/Ron Orr. But basically the recap for the reach on Facebook, it comes down to headlines. I just did it from a flat start for the second time on my page. Go to powerofpositivity.com. Use all their headlines. Go to your Facebook page with over 500 if you feel they're somewhat relative to your page, and use their headlines, and you will see the reach go up a lot. Think in terms of 1 post an hour. So let's just call it 25 for the day and 400 reach. And think in terms of 10,000 reach for the day. It should not be that difficult to do. I started doing it last night, put up the first 5 or 10. Some of them just don't reach that much. They reach like 100 people, but then there's 4 or 5 or 6 of them that reach 500-600 people within hours. So it absolutely works. It's a headline thing. It's about the algorithm. It's about the EdgeRank. It's about just think like this. This is just something I've noticed from zooming in on it. But Angela, good to see you. 1 in every 20 people. Get 1 in every 20 people do any of like the 5 metrics, which is the post click, which is the link click, clicking on the headline, clicking on any parts of the post. If you check in the insights, Facebook insights, it totally works if you keep about 1 in 20 people clicking on it. I think them clicking on the actual headline is one of the better metrics. You can also, if you don't have a headline or you don't have an article, you can also test this with like really good quotes where they're really small and you can't see the quote, but you think there's a really good quote there that you should see, but it's really small and you're on your phone and you need to click it to see it. That's a post click. And if you post those will get tons of clicks because it's engagement. People are clicking on it because they need to see it. So David, good to see you back again. I'm going to shut this off, and then I'm going to find a better internet connection here, and then catch it on catch.me, katch.me/Ron Orr. And just for a recap, if nobody has time for the 8-minute video, go to powerofpositivity.com, go to your Facebook page, use those headlines. Those headlines will give you a reach. I promise you. I did it again with flat start.